little Miles Davis at the Isle of Wight action for you. Okay, video number 2 for today. I'm on a roll, maybe. Anyway, oh, Miles, just a little loud. There you go. Okay, video number 2 for today. This is a response to Willow 1204 Maggie's Colors, True Colors, Show Your Colors thread, colored and picture disc vinyl and etched and whatever. I do have a couple of etched records, but I haven't pulled any of them out because I've showed them before, whatever. But I do have lots and lots of colored vinyl, so I decided just to pull some and see what we got. First of all, one of the coolest colored vinyls I got, White Stripes, Party of Special Things to Do, backed with 2 Captain Beefheart songs, China Pig and Ashtray Heart, a tri-color vinyl record. Isn't that beautiful? Check out them colors. Black, white, and red! Very nice. Alright. I got a lot to show here, so I'm going to steam along. Also, when you belong to the Third Man Records Vault Club, you do get a lot of colored vinyl stuff. Like this here has got Jack White with a couple of side projects, one with Brian Benson and one with, Brendan Benson. There we go. And this is on kind of like yellowish, orangish, butterscotch kind of vinyl. This is the Same Boy You've Always Known, backed with Steady As She Goes. Actually, it's the other way around. The first song that I said was the B-side. This is an oddity. Nerdvana. Groups like Yip Yip and Mixel Pixel and Petaphysics and Low Red Center doing Nirvana covers. And it's kind of a bluish clear vinyl. And it's all Nirvana songs. So that's kind of interesting. Here we go. Here's a classic. The Spot by Snakefinger with The Residents. And this was available for a long time. Blue vinyl. The Spot and Smelly Tongues. This is a classic record. Of course, I do have some other colored vinyl Residents records, which I'll be showing you a little later. On 12-inch, that is. But, of course, I could not get through this video without showing at least one Frank Zappa record. I'm going to end up showing 2. But this came out for Record Store Day. It's I'm the Slime and Montana on slimy yellow vinyl. That's nice. And on Record Store Day, speaking of Record Store Day, there are a lot of these back-to-back things where they come out with colored vinyl of a original song and then a cover version on the flip side. So we've got here Pick Out the Jams, as done by the MC5 and also as done by Africa Bambaataa. Personally, I prefer the Rage Against the Machine version, but still, this is some pretty cool splatter vinyl. What other splatter vinyl do we have? Well, we've got Iko Iko, as done by the Grateful Dead, and also done by the Dixie Cups and Dr. John on red and bluish splatter vinyl. I think I've shown this one before on one of my Record Store Day videos, but still. It's colored, it's pretty, it's nice. So let's get that in there. Oh, here we go. No Fun by the Stooges. Yellow and red. And the Black Keys. Red and orange. I mean, yeah, orange, yeah. Both sides come out a little bit different on that one. And this is another Record Store Day find, although it was not necessarily a side-by-side covers. This is Peter Tosh with Legalize It. Now this came out in 3 different colors: red, yellow and green. I could only find the red one, so that's the one I got. Okay, so that's a quick tour of some of my colored vinyl 45s. Let's get that pile over here. And let's get to some of the vinyl records. Yes, indeed. Okay, I've shown this before. BS 2000. Side project of King Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys. And when I showed it, I did not mention that this was on marbled pink vinyl. Look at this. That's gorgeous. Sounds neat too. And I've said before that the record's in mono. Listening to it again, I found some parts of it that are in stereo. Wild, wild record. And speaking of the Beastie Boys, we've also got Hot Sauce Committee Part 2, their last album. Maybe their last album. There may be other stuff that they had in the can before MCA passed away. And that's all on white vinyl. Then I've got Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, limited edition. And this one is on red vinyl. Double red vinyl. Really nice. Okay, now I'm going to show you a couple Residence records. This here is a collector's version of Mark of the Mole. It came out in, what, 1981. This costs some major coin. The reason being, well, for two reasons. Number one, this is a silk screened cover, DIY, and on kind of like a paper bag type colored paper, and this stuff is silk screened on, but it's got the residents' autographs. It just says resident, a resident, and resident on it. So still does not reveal the names of the residents, even though they say now it's Randy, Chuck, and Bob. I don't believe that for a minute. The inner sleeve is also silk screened on plain brown wrapper, but the record is a nice brownish paper bag type color. So that is a prized artifact from the residents. Another record is For Elsie. I also have the CD for this as well. This was the residents' version of Beethoven's For Elise. And on one side, it is green vinyl. The other side, it is silk screened with the residents' official product logo. So, that's nice. Notice I say "so" a lot, and "anyway," and other stuff like that. Maybe you have similar verbal tics in your speech. Oh yes, Prince, Purple Rain. I have never seen this copy other than on this one that I found at a record show. Purple Rain on purple vinyl. Look at that. Nice. I got two Primus albums on colored vinyl. One is the Brown album. This is the Music on Vinyl repress. That the color of the vinyl very much matches the CD packaging, which is like a goldish brown plastic. This vinyl matches it almost perfectly. Really nice. And it sounds good too, despite what Dr. Deadwax says about all colored vinyl. This sounds pretty darn good. And then there's also the green Naugahyde. Two 45 RPM records. And I wonder what color it could possibly be with a title like Green Naugahyde. Think it might be green? Yes, it is. Nice transparent green, baby. Beautiful. Don't don't mind me. Just enjoy Miles while I'm putting this away and licking my fingers over and over again. Yeah, people have noticed that. But, you know, with all this dry air, gotta do something to get the friction back in your fingers. Okay, one more Frank Zappa record, and this one is a 12-inch single of Help, I'm a Rock. And It Can't Happen Here. And Who Are the Brain Police? Just put out this year on red vinyl. We've got Barking Pumpkin on one side, Zappa Records on the other side, and it's nice all around. You want more? Yes, I've got more. Got a couple Devo records. I think at least 4 of them. Now, they came out with their most recent album, Something for Everybody, and the 12-inch single was on kind of like a creamy blue, which also signified the color of their new energy domes. Then when the album itself, Something for Everybody, came out, that also was on blue vinyl, but it was transparent blue vinyl. So, this way you've got Something for Everybody on blue vinyl. That's their most recent album. Let's go back to their very first album, Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. It came out in like 5 different colors of vinyl. I ended up getting the green. But then it was also reissued as a picture disc. Man, I haven't pulled this one out in a long time. Okay. Q, Are We Not Men? A, We Are Devo. And I believe that this is the version of the album that has a very rare recording on it. Is it in here? Yes, it is. A little flexi disc called Flimsy Wrap. So there you go. This was recently reissued. Nirvana's In Utero. And this is the original copy of it that is on clear vinyl. And the record even has suggested treble and bass markings for your amplifier. 2 more left to show. One is Beck's Sea Change. This came out kind of on Record Store Day, Black Friday. But this is put out by Mobile Fidelity, who is known for their half-speed mastering and their very high-quality stuff. And it was kind of odd that a record company like Mobile Fidelity would put out a colored vinyl record. But they did, and the sound is unbelievable. I'm sorry, Dr. Deadwax, Mark, but this sounded really good. Marbled pink and white vinyl. And the mastering of this album is unbelievable. Word has it that every song was brought in on a separate reel of tape. And I guess they had to use, 2 tape machines in tandem to master the sides. And as a result, you've got some extra seconds of music and fade out on a lot of things. Alright, the last one I'm going to show is probably one of the first colored vinyl records I had ever seen, but I never had a copy until a few years ago. It's Dave Mason's Alone Together. This was really popular, and most of the pressings of this are on marbled vinyl. As a matter of fact, it's a little harder to find the black vinyl versions of it. but I guess that this is a very meticulous process where they had different pellets of colored vinyl in the process. Each record was unique. And yes, Sequoia Flame, it's a blue thumb! And not only that, this is not just a gimmick to sell records. This is an excellent album. So, if you ever see it, open it up to make sure it's a marbled vinyl, and you will be a happy person indeed. So, that is just a sampling of my colored vinyl for your contest, Maggie. Thank you for your videos. They're fun. And I don't know if I'm too late for the contest or not. If I am too late, that's all right, because I had fun showing these, and I had a great time, and I hope you did too. So thanks for watching, and thanks for making videos. Onward and forward!